Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League for race 2 in Tokyo of our multi-class Saturday evening challenge. We've just watched race 1, a great race that was. Grasshopper taking the win with Dirk just slotting in behind. Maybe a fuel mistake from Unforgiven, we're not sure. I'm sure he won't be doing that again. Sun's gone in, it's getting dark as we can see out there, the headlights are on. So this should be an interesting race. It is a reverse grid. Now I got a bit confused last week with the reverse grid. It seemed like the cars were all over the place, but I've been told it's reverse grid in the groups. So it will be reverse grid for the group 4s and reverse grid for the group 3s. So yeah, a bit confusing, but it doesn't matter because the cars are on track and ready to race, which is what we want. Same thing again, 30-minute race with a pit stop to change tyres, and the red tyre rule is still there. So let's crack on with this, shall we? We're going to start at the back again with Idle 4 Gaming taking 12th on the grid. Brian Moncani is 11th, the Big Mac 10th, Stealthy's 9th, 8th is Nath, 7th is Molepiece, Grasshopper 6th, Derg is 5th, Smoky Tom 4th, 3rd is Unforgiven, Phaser is 2nd, and Biggest is on pole. So we'll get this race underway, shall we? In the dark, although it's not going to be that dark, it's a street circuit. You've got all the street lamps and the billboards, you can see are all lit up. So shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to see the cars. Trouble with some night races, you can't see the cars, but things are okay. As we see, Phaser already making a move on Biggest and getting himself in front. So that, whoa, that was a bit of a bump there from Unforgiven. Let's just go back and see what happened there. So we're on board with him, Unforgiven. Phaser gets a fantastic start. That Mercedes just took off from the line and got in front of Biggest down towards turn 1. And Unforgiven just too late on the brakes, smack into the back of Biggest and said, yeah mate, I'll give you a push. But that's dropped Unforgiven all the way down to 6th. I can't get the right camera. And that's given Unforgiven damage at the front. Now remember, I've mentioned it before, these cars fitted with new nanobot technology, and as soon as they get a bump or a scrape, the cars self-repair. It does take them about 30 seconds or so to do. As you can see, Unforgiven all fixed now, and the car is back to full health. As we see, is that Dirk and Smoky Tom going side by side. Smoky Tom moving up into 3rd, having a bit of a door bashing session with Dirk. Both ganging up on Biggest. Biggest trying to get himself, make himself as big as he can in the middle of the road. But Smoky Tom up into 3rd. Biggest is still in 2nd, although he is under a challenge from Smoky Tom. Grasshopper's in there as well. It's all very tight this first lap through the chicane. Did the guys get through? Yes they did. So these group 3 cars are all having a good old fight in this first lap and these first few turns. Smoky Tom being pushed along by Grasshopper. Let's go on board with Grasshopper, and all he can see is the arse end of Smoky Tom. Dirk just behind him in 5th. No, actually, I think we've got a safety car. Yes, we do have a safety car. Let's just go back and find out why. Why have we got a safety car? So everybody racing at this point. I can't see anything. I presume everybody's still racing. It looks like they're going quick enough. Brian Moncani and Molepiece. Oh, and that was it. Right, let's go back then and see what we can see. In fact, we'll go with Molepiece. So Molepiece coming in 8th, just behind Nath. We've got Stealth just on the outside in 9th, Brian in 10th, down towards turn 11. Now then, there's a bit of a coming together there from Brian. Oh, one more piece and Brian having a bit of a bump and a smash. The Big Mac's spun round. All sorts of chaos there. Yo, Big Mac couldn't do anything about that. He turned the corner and there was just cars in the way. So unfortunate, but safety car called. Fazer picking up a half-second penalty. I'm sure he'll be hoping that they can get all the way round. I mean, it is up to him when they start, so he could go all the way round, serve his penalty, and then start the race. So they should be down to around about between 60 and 70 miles an hour now. Everybody lining up behind everybody else. There should be a car's length in between as well, but everybody ignores that rule. Everybody's too keen to get going. So Fazer, Biggest, Smoky Tom, Grasshopper, Derg, Unforgiven, Nath, Brian, Stealth, Molepiece, Idle, and then the Big Mac. So it looks like it's the Big Mac. They're waiting for the Big Mac to catch up. As I said earlier, if Fazer plays this right as he goes around, well, he's still got that penalty, and he's got quite a distance to go before he can get to the penalty zone. So he may have to start this race carrying that penalty, which I'm sure Biggest and Smoky Tom would have noticed. Still waiting for Big Mac to catch up. He's doing everything he can, but not quite there yet. Nearly there. As soon as he gets onto the back of the pack, he's going to let Fazer know, and then it's up to Fazer to give the signal, and away they will go. As I say, I'm sure Fazer would have liked to have got rid of that penalty before he started the race, but unfortunately not, and it looks like he's put his foot on the noisy pedal and they are away. So down towards turn 11, or up towards turn 11 shall I say. Fazer restarts this race, heading down towards the chicane. Excuse me. Oof, they really jumped that chicane then. Yes, he's got another. Oh, that is hurtful. A 1.5 second penalty for Fazer, and that has dropped him all the way down to 5th, maybe even 6th if Unforgiven could get by. He can. So Fazer gone from our race leader to 6th position because of that penalty he's had to serve, but it was jumping over the chicane that was the big cause of it. So Biggest now takes the lead as we head towards turn 5, the tight right hand hairpin. So Biggest, the new leader. Then we've got Grasshopper in 2nd. He's got Smoky Tom all over the back of him. Derg is in there as well. We'll go on board with Smoky Tom. We can see the Lexus almost pushing him along. I hope that's not bump drafting, Mr. Derg. Derg's pulling alongside Smoky Tom. Where's he gone? That Renault surprises me. I didn't really know much about the Renault before we got to these races, but it's got some grunt. Into the chicane. Trying to nick as much as you can of those curbs, but we don't want to get too far across them sausages. The Smoky Tom still sitting 3rd. He's got Grasshopper just ahead of him. Biggest leading at the minute, although Grasshopper is making the move, and Grasshopper has got himself in front. Biggest fighting back though. Grasshopper is on the inside. As we go through turns 2, 3 and 4, it looks like Grasshopper's got it done. than he has. Biggest is going to stay with him though. Smoky Tom's in there as well. It's all very tight. Derg's in there in fourth. Now, who's got the biggest nuts when it comes to braking? Grasshopper still out in front. Biggest, Derg, Smoky Tom. Smoky Tom now in fourth. So let's just have a look. I think I did see somebody go very wide, and I think it must have been Smoky Tom. Yeah, he did. So Smoky Tom very wide. That's allowed Derg through. So Derg goes up into third, with Smoky Tom slotting in just behind. We've not looked at the tyres really, so that may have been a factor there. So Grasshopper's on the softs, so is Biggest, Derg. Yeah, it was Smoky Tom's on the medium, so the front three all on the soft tyres. So it was inevitable really. Smoky Tom couldn't hold them off any longer, although he's fighting back with Derg. He's sitting in the slipstream. It's in the corners though, where the tyres are going to let him down a little bit. The softer compound is going to have a bit more grip. But if Smoky Tom can just hang on to the coattails of these the guys, oh, what's happened at the back? It's Unforgiven. Now what happened here? Around turn 11, down towards the chicane, side by side with Phaser. Both of you won't fit there. Oh, and it's Unforgiven has just got himself all over those curbs. And a kiss with barrier. Not what Unforgiven wanted. We said in the first race, didn't we? You go across those sausage curbs in that chicane, it can unsettle the car. It just completely threw Unforgiven. Then I think he actually left the ground. And bang, straight into the barrier and down into 6 with damage. So Phaser now moves up into 5th somewhere. I'm looking at somebody in the bushes there. What the cameraman had spotted. But let's just drop down the order a little bit. Brian Moncani in 7th. Now Brian could be leading. I'm pretty confident Brian's actually leading the Group 3, Group 4 cars. Has got quite a bit of breathing space as well. Back to Stealth. Stealth having a better time out of it in this race. Currently in 8th. In the McLaren, we've got Idle Gaming in that Merc, just chasing Stealth down. Then we've got Molepiece. Quite a battle going on with Molepiece, the Big Mac, and Nath. Molepiece in 12th. The Big Mac just goes up into 11th. I think maybe the Ferrari's got a bit too much. Molepiece trying to slot in behind though and pick up on the slipstream, so we've got 2 Ferraris in front of him, so we should get a good slipstream from the pair of them. Is it going to be enough to make a move? He's trying it. Big Mac's having none of that though. Down towards 11 again. And then heading towards the chicane. No, we don't want to do what Unforgiven did, do we, boys? No, everybody safely across there. So Nathan 10th with the Big Mac and Molepiece just behind. Excuse me. Well, Grasshopper's now taking the lead. I'm just going to go back a little bit and see if we can see where that was. No, I've got to go back too far, so I'm not sure if Biggest had a bit of an issue, but Grasshopper is now taking the lead. Derg has moved up into 2nd. Biggest is 3rd, with Smoky Tom in 4th. So the guys starting to spread out a little bit now. Unforgiven has made his way up into 5th with Phaser in 6th. Go back up to the top and see what kind of gaps we're looking at. Excuse me. So Grasshopper back to where he was in race 1, out in front in the Corvette. Dirk behind him, maybe, not quite sure, about a second and a half gap between the two. You can just see Dirk got a purple sector there, although Grasshopper's got the fastest lap so far, a 1:33. Biggest in third. Then we have Smoky Tom. Smoky Tom's still in fourth on the medium, so he'll be pleased with his race so far. Let's just watch Unforgiven as we go through the chicane again. He manages to keep it all on track and in a straight line this time out. Phaser in sixth, also on the mediums. Oh, and he's picked the penalty up. It's not the tyres in this race, it's the fuel that the guys are having to stop for. As we see Brian Moncani go through the chicane in seventh. Idle just going through in eighth. He's followed closely by Stealth. And we've got the Big Mac and Nath. Molepiece has dropped right off, so obviously Molepiece has had another moment. Really not enjoying this this track in Tokyo. I'm not sure where we are next time out. We'll find out, and amongst all my bits of paper, Spa will be next. So the Spa, it will be the 24-hour layout at Spa, so maybe Molepiece will have a much better time of it there. We're back up to our race leader. Tyres are okay, fuel's okay. Starting to stretch his legs a bit now, his Grasshopper. Just see the headlights of Dirk in the distance. Dirk seems to be enjoying himself on the streets of Tokyo in the Lexus. Biggest still in third. Fantastic livery on that McLaren. I think it's the Monster Energy drink, I believe. All food and drink related liveries on these cars. And I suppose Peppa Pig is food related. Bacon. Smoky Tom in fourth. Unforgiven. Trying to get himself back up into the top three after that kiss with Barrier, after we got the chicane all wrong. We've got Phaser in sixth position. Ryan, everybody spreading out again now. We have had 13 minutes so far. Probably start looking at pit stops in the next 2 or 3 laps. That's when it starts getting all interesting. Yeah, everybody very spread out, aren't they? It's more of a practice laps for them. Big Mac down in 10th, still battling it out with Nath, the two Ferraris going at it. An unfortunate Molepiece down in 12th in the McLaren. We're back up to Grasshopper, maintaining that lead to Dirk. You can see Dirk just behind him, but Grasshopper's managing to keep the gap about the same. We're on lap 9 at the minute. Not sure what we're looking at fuel wise. I would say probably about another 2 at a push, 3 laps for Grasshopper. In the fuel, Phaser's decided he's had enough, he's coming in, he's going to change on to the soft tyres. Oh, he is very low on fuel. So maybe the guys at the top are actually fuel saving. Looks like Grasshopper might be. Just looking at the rev bar in the middle of the screen at the bottom. as Grasshopper goes by Molepiece. So you can see that Grasshopper is short shifting a bit, so he is trying to save a bit of fuel. Is Derg doing the same? No, he is thrashing that Lexus. Not really saving fuel is Derg. Biggest in third. His fuel light started to flash now, so we're going to start seeing people coming in to the pits to refuel and change their tyres. Let's just stick with Biggest as Grasshopper comes in, Derg's in. Excuse me. Biggest, Smoky Tom, yeah, so it's right. It's going to get quite busy in the pits now as the top four all come in. Top three are all on softs. Smoky Tom is going to be on softs next as the others change to mediums, so this is going to be interesting for Smoky Tom if he can stay on the back of them. Grasshopper is back out, he's on the mediums with a full tank of fuel. So I think the race is going to be on to see who's going to take second and third on the podium alongside him. Unforgiven is also in, so that's all the top six now made their stops. Ryan Moncani, first of the Group 4 cars, doesn't have to pit yet. Whether he does or not, no, he doesn't. He doesn't fancy. Oh, hang on, maybe he changed his mind at the last minute. I think he did. I think Brian had a last minute change of mind there, unless he just forgot where he was. But Brian in, Stealth, is he coming in as well? Yeah, he's seen what Brian's doing, so Stealth has decided to come in as well. Big Mac stayed out, Nath has stayed out. So the Big Mac goes through to 8th. We just see Brian coming out just behind Nath and Big Mac. So Brian is now out on a fresh set of medium tyres and not quite a full tank of fuel. He's obviously worked it out. He thinks he can get to the end of the race just over 3/4 of a tank. So Brian is now chasing the Big Mac and Nath, knowing full well that they've actually got a pit. Idle's got a pit as well, so he's probably going to be coming in this lap. He's just gone round turn 15, going across the start finish line to start lap 11. So as we go through turn 1 with Idle Gaming, he's definitely going to be pitting this lap. Currently leading the Group 4 race. So let's just go back up to the top and see what's happening in the Group 3s. So Grasshopper out in front. Derg has caught him up. So Derg in second. Oof. Really threw it across that chicane curve there. So Grasshopper and Derg both on the medium tyres. Smoky Tom on the soft. Oh, Smoky Tom, what's happened there? Let's just follow Tom. He got it all wrong. Around turn 11, then we go down the hill towards the chicane. Now, did he get hit one of those curbs? Yes, he hit that curb on the left, which flipped the car and completely unsettled it, and that's what happens. Oh, I was kind of hoping that Smoky Tom was going to get himself up into the top 3 as well. On the soft tyres, he's still got he's got about 11 minutes to go, so we're not going to write him off just yet. But that has given him a bit of a hill to climb now. So Grasshopper out in front. Derg not that far behind Grasshopper actually. He is catching. Unforgiven has now moved up into third. Biggest is fourth. He's got damage at the front as well, so he's obviously had a bit of a coming together with one of the barriers. Smokey now in 5th, although he can see the back of Biggest. Phaser in 6th. And we've got Brian Moncani, Brian, I think he is leading the Group 4 challenge at the minute, and he is all on his own, under no pressure whatsoever. Idle 4 Gaming in 8th, again on his own. Stealth in 9th. Then we've got quite a few cars at the back, and I think this is where the front 2 are starting to lap people. You've got Big Mac in 10th, but he's got Grasshopper and Derg. Managed to get by him. Oh, and it looks like Derg's took the lead. We missed that. Let's go back. Oh, pressing the wrong button here, aren't I? Oh dear, I'm all over. I'm all over the place. So through the chicane, trying to get past the back markers. Grasshopper currently in the lead. Let's go on board with Derg, shall we? Grasshopper goes by Big Mac. Derg goes through Big Mac. Derg into the slipstream. He just seems to have a lot more power as they head towards turn 1. And Derg just brushes past Grasshopper quite easily, actually. I'm not sure if that's because the Lexus has just got a little bit more power than the Corvette, or it was the slipstream. But Derg is now our leader. He's trying to get past Stealth. Stealth, remember, doesn't have to move out of the way. It's up to the guys to try and find a way by him safely. Down towards turn 5, hard on the brakes. Is Grasshopper there? He is. He's still there all over the back of Derg. But Derg, fantastic exit from turn 5 for Derg. So Derg now our new race leader, trying to pull away from Grasshopper. We've got about just coming up to 8.5 minutes of this race to go. Grasshopper, I don't think he'll need to fuel save, so he can try and get back onto Derg again. I thought the Corvette might have had a bit more than the Lexus, but I've just been proved wrong there, haven't I? Unforgiven in 3rd. You can just see coming around the corner we've got Biggest and Smoky Tom. Smoky Tom's done well to get back onto the back of Biggest after that spill he had. Smoky Tom obviously on the soft tyres. So how long can Biggest keep Smoky Tom behind him? Well, not long now, because it looks like Biggest has picked up a penalty. So surely that is going to get Smoky Tom up into 4th, and then he can concentrate on trying to catch up to Unforgiven. Well, he's not that far ahead. Can Smoky Tom get it done before they get to the penalty zone? He is all over the back of Biggest, giving him all sorts of problems, isn't he? Smoky Tom, he's on the look of the inside, the outside. He's on the outside. No, he's got through. So Smoky Tom managed to get it done there before they got to turn 5. Fantastic move. Oh, Biggest getting a bit out of sorts there. So Smoky Tom through into 4th. It was expected though. He is on the softer tyres as they both lap 9th. So Smoky Tom now up into 4th. He can concentrate on trying to catch up to Unforgiven. Let's just go down the order. Phaser in 6th. Brian Moncani 7th. Just seen the headlights of Idle 4 Gaming there, just behind Brian. Then we've got the Big Mac. We've got Stealth, Nath, and then Molepiece, who really hasn't enjoyed himself on the streets of Tokyo today. He'll be glad to get himself on that plane off to Belgium for next week. So up to our current overall race leader is Derg out in front. Grasshopper just behind as he tries to get by Idle and does so. With Brian Moncani into the pits. Brian, why is Brian stopped again? Back onto the mediums for Brian. Not sure why he did that, but Brian now in 8th, and Idle Gaming has gone through to 7th. So I believe now it is Idle that is leading the Group 4 challenge. With Brian in 8th. Not sure if I've miscalculated, but I thought Brian had already stopped and changed tyres. Maybe he got the tyres wrong and has had to stop again. You can see he's going to get lapped down by Smoky Tom. Oh, and Smoky Tom is having a real problem, isn't he, Smoky Tom, with that chicane. You can see it upset the car again. He's managed to hold on to it though, did really well to keep it facing the right way, but that has cost him. Up at the top, Derg, still out in front. Grasshopper now getting a bit closer. Maybe Grasshopper now starting to open the taps a bit more. We have about 4.5 minutes to go. So Derg just has to hold on for another few laps. Unforgiven still sitting in 3rd, looking quite comfortable. Smoky Tom in 4th. Got a lot of work to do if he wants to get onto the podium. Smoky Tom, he could have done without those couple of incidents with the chicane. Phaser all on his own. Idle Gaming in 7th. Then we've got Brian Moncani after that pit stop. I'm sure it was an unscheduled pit stop. Brian just about to be lapped by Biggest. Then we've got Big Mac, Stealth, Nath and Molepiece bringing up the rear. So the battle is really up at the top. Derg coming under pressure now from Grasshopper. Grasshopper trying to go around the outside. Derg holding on to it though. Grasshopper now really putting the pressure on Derg, trying to force a mistake from him. Around turn 4, and they will start on down the hill to turn 5, and this very tight hairpin. Derg going defensive. Grasshopper, if he wants this one, he's going to have to go all the way around the outside unless he can get the cut back. Derg wise to that one though, keeps the door firmly shut. Grasshopper has to slot behind him, get into the slipstream. Maybe he can get this done as they go through turns 6, 7 and 8. He's having a look. Grasshopper pulls alongside. They're now racing in the tunnel. Oh, Derg nearly had an issue with the wall, but Grasshopper goes through. Great manoeuvre from Grasshopper to retake the lead. Derg has to drop in behind. Down towards the chicane. Single file through there. We are now approaching the last 2 minutes of this race. Can Derg retake the lead from Grasshopper again? Although it looks like Grasshopper is opening up a little bit of a gap, not much, but he's got a couple of car lengths between himself and Derg. Well, more than a couple now. Maybe Grasshopper is really starting to open the taps. He may have been fuel saving earlier on in the race, but with 1.5 minutes to go, he doesn't have to save anything at the minute, tyres or fuel, so he's really going for it. There's Grasshopper. Berg not close enough to make a move on him. Unforgiven in third. He's definitely going to take that third podium spot, isn't he? Because only Unforgiven can mess it up for him now. Smoky Tom in fourth. Then we've got Biggest, Phaser, Idle 4 Gaming in seventh. Brian Moncani, the Big Mac, Stealth, Nath and Molepiece. So we're just going to have a look again to see who's going to be crossing the line first, and I think it may well be Grasshopper again. We're going to follow these guys through now. We have 30 seconds, so actually Grasshopper and Dirk might actually get another lap in around the final turn, head towards that start finish line. They're going to be lapping Molepiece. I'm sure Molepiece is going to stay out of the way of these two battling away. And they do get another lap in. So Grasshopper and Dirk go through. Unforgiven, he's gone through. Another lap for him. Smoky Tom, here will get another lap in. Biggest. I think Biggest is going to be the first to cross the line then in fifth. And he does. Phaser gets, he's going to get sixth. Idle Gaming has crossed the line in seventh. Let's just see where Phaser is. Phaser's going to get sixth. Brian Moncani is going to get eighth. Then we've got the Big Mac. He's going to cross the line to take ninth. With Stealth coming home in 10th. With Nath 11th and Molepiece will take 12th, so back up to the overall leader, and that is Grasshopper. Just leading from Dirk down towards the chicane for the last time in Tokyo. Keeping it nice and safe through there, no mistakes. Oof, Dirk. Just brushing with the wall there, but it looks like Grasshopper's going to take his second win of the day. Up towards the start finish line, and congratulations to Grasshopper. Dirk coming in second. A good hard fight there, but Dirk just could not make it stick. Unforgiven, after his early spill in the race, has managed to take third, so a great recovery race for him. Smoky Tom, very unfortunate with the chicane, coming in fourth. So that was race 2 here in Tokyo. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, remember, hit the like button and subscribe if not already. We will catch you again next week at Spa. So look forward to that one.